15, stand by to roll. Roll. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. On air. 10 on the titles. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Cue presenters.
Hello again, everyone, and welcome. From atop the Eternal Citadel, this is the WKRP Evening News with me, Hatchel Madcow. Our top story tonight. In Eatane, a column of assault vehicles carrying Empire troops across contested land was stalled when the lead tank broke down. When asked if he knew what caused the breakdown, the officer in charge stated, "Oh yeah, that's easy. The dwarf on the treadmill died." I suppose that's not funny, but it's funny. A cart crash in Nordland blocked traffic for over 8 hours as repair crew members, organized into groups of 3 guys standing around watching one guy work, attempted to clear the roadway of debris. We asked one of the repair crew members why her entire contribution to the effort was just to sit on the ground doing nothing, and she replied she was practicing to go into politics. Mr. Ed had no comment. Recently, headline news caught up with 2 of Santa's reindeer, Donner and Cupid, currently on vacation in Nordland. We asked Donner for his opinion on the political ramifications of inserting Empire troops into the upper reaches of the Umbra Chaotica, and he replied, "Say what? The Umbra Chaotica? We don't even fly over that place, and besides..." Oh man, look at that. Look at that backside on Cupid. Imagine having to follow that thing around for hours right then, and never being able to... Hey baby, where are you going? And at that moment, we turned our cameras off. In Reichland, headline news found that in the defenses surrounding the primary Empire war camp, someone had placed a cannon targeted directly at the only bridge leading across the canal and into the very lands Empire troops were charged to protect. When asked about the wisdom of placing a cannon where the first shot would destroy the only means of attack or escape, Camp Commander Jersey Uberlex replied, "You're talking about the Empire here. The same guys who post guards next to burning buildings instead of simply putting the fires out. But the cannon placement isn't really a problem, you see, because no one around here knows how to fire the damn things anyway." Speaking of fires, in southeastern Reichland we spoke to peasant woman Lydia Dietz, who watched as an Empire guard stood next to her burning home. Of this, Lydia said, "That makes sense, right? Guard a fire instead of putting it out? All of my Pokemon cards are in that hut. But hey, our tax dollars at work, right? And another thing. Hey, what are you looking at? My eyes are up here, buddy." We then turned the camera to the guard guarding the burning home. Mr. Ed had no comment. In the outdoor library today, a man tried to check out 100 books, but the librarian told him not to overdo it. Another patron then asked the librarian for a recommendation on a book on cliffhangers. The librarian replied, "In Eatane, headline news caught up with Turloma Darkvale." Say that 5 times real fast. In Eatane, headline news caught up with Tuluma Darkvale, also known of as the famed Code 1 Whisperer. We asked her what the benefits of being able to whisper to Code 1 were, and she said, "Well, we share secrets, we talk about people we don't like, talk about cheese, hula hoops, what grass tastes like, pooping in public, you know, small stuff. But mostly we talk about how long it would take for Scarlett Johansson to show up." You may have to think about that one. Crime in the Inevitable City has risen so drastically lately, a visitor worried about the potential dangers of the city asked the doorman at his hotel how long it took to walk from the hotel to the Apex and back. The doorman said, "I don't know. Nobody's ever made it yet." Also in the Inevitable City, a group of followers of Slanesh held a rally to celebrate the opening of a new Planet Fitness. Oh man. In the northeast section of the Inevitable City, headline news found couples engaged in marriage counseling. That's it. That's the whole joke. The headline news team was recently granted an interview with famed dark elf vixen Queen Morathi, representative to the Chaos Royal Council. We asked her what it was like to serve with Destruction King Zarzanek, and she said, "Most of the time it is a real pain in the ass, you know? Guy is so single-minded. But I do get to take it out on the peasantry, so it isn't all bad." You will notice during the entire interview with the Queen the focus of and angle chosen by our cameraman. But when we aired the footage, no one seemed to mind. Also in the Inevitable City today, a man was arrested for brandishing a knife at the public library. When asked why he did this, the man replied he had actually been hired by the library to, quote, "give the books a long overdue, deeply incisive, and cutting critique." It was later revealed the man had once been a member of the Empire Army stationed in Reichland in charge of cannons. At Altdorf yesterday, members of the watchdog group Perpetual Alcoholics of the Spotless Mind held a rally protesting dad jokes. During the rally, they locked one of their members into a cage and screamed at her just because she told such a joke. We asked Priestess Kirstine what the offensive joke was. Kirstine said, "Did you know that before crowbars were invented, crows just had to drink at home?" In addition, the woman being punished later began shouting that ever since the Empire banned the use of plastic straws to protect the turtle population, people should just go out and choke the turtles themselves. In the Badlands near Brokebone Pass, the body of a dwarf was found sprawled on a rock, apparently the victim of foul play. Authorities have yet to determine the cause of death, but they have ruled the death not quite a homicide, but rather, and we are quoting here, a pint-sized runticide warring a tiny small-scale investigation. Also in Altdorf, local prostitutes are complaining that they have to work too many nights. Let that one sink in. In the Inevitable City, 2 members of the heavy metal band Soul Harvesters played a private concert for 7 of their most loyal fans. You can see them all here. Later, we asked lead singer for the Harvesters, Gorsak Sludgemuck, how he thought the concert went. His reply was, "Hey man, we really slayed." In the mall just outside the gates to the Inevitable City, a large group of Empire warriors gathered to protest for more access rights to the city. Many had heard the Soul Harvesters were playing and wanted to see the concert. In the most horrible response the residents of the Inevitable City could muster, they turned the Empire warriors away by claiming that the Soul Harvesters were not in town, but rather the concert was actually being played by Lizzo. Ay. And finally, the Reichland Institute of Science and Technology released the results of a study which found you can make waterbeds more bouncy by adding spring water to them. The researchers also published their findings on the only virus a dark... Wait. Sorry. Let me try that again. The researchers also published their findings on the only virus a dwarf can ever catch, which is... Wait for it. Smallpox. Now on to the weather with Ollie Williams.
It's gonna rain!
And now sports with Alito Jockstrap.
In the 49th Annual Hunger Games, contestant Katniss Everdeen survived the opening round and is still the odds-on favorite to win the title. In Rollerball news, behind the play of Jonathan E., Houston defeated Tokyo 3-1. Over to Blur's Ball, where Cletus Miller hit another full blur to win the game against the Astros. While in the National Hockey League, a fight broke out between the Charlestown Chiefs and the Luckville Patriots before the game even started. News, weather, and sports every hour right here on WKRP in the Inevitable City.
Oh, and in the Wonders Never Cease department, someone was actually seen reading a book in the Inevitable City.